Welcome to the 15th Weekly Leek. This is easily the most revealing one so far. So grab your favorite drink and let's go over all of the deets. Just in case you're new here, the Weekly Leek is Fenn's weekly dev blog which shares progress on a per team basis accompanied by 2 infographics to track their progress, with leaks, some hairier than others, throughout all of it. Let's start with the front cover. This week, the leek of the week is the hairy leek, which represents Paul. I do have to say the resemblance is uncanny. The primary image this week shows a brand new botanist garden with various flowers and plants across various growth stages. As mentioned last week, the botanist profession, which will be replacing the gatherer profession in episode 2, outputs largely the same items. Here, specifically, we can see globe plants and dandelions in their fully grown stages, as well as a few other seedlings, such as thistles and maybe even leeks. Player-grown leeks. Now that would be something, wouldn't it? On the side, we can see the Tier 1 trowel from Forager, as well as a watering can and a bag of fertilizer. All 3 of these will likely be used in Botanist. As you might have figured, growing plants and flowers isn't exactly a 3-second process though, which leads me to believe that this mechanic specifically will be a venture rather than an actively farmable mechanic. So how else could you train Botanist? Well, let's take a look at the secondary image. This is the Botanist's table, which I'm assuming to be a passive training method where you'll be able to pot plants and seeds. On the table, we can very clearly see a book with various instructions, some pots, and drawers with seed bags in them. As for getting the seeds, well, perhaps one would gather them or purchase them from a certain supply shop near Timberwell Green. Especially the gathering part and what could remain in the game from that, as it currently exists as part of the gatherer profession, could be part of the active gameplay loop for a botanist. Okie dokie, team time! Starting with the technical team, which is Andrew, James B, and Ian. Bossy Leek Andrew has been working on Project Milestone, the botanist profession, improvements to the alchemist profession, more on that later, OSA compliance, and new starter inductions. Legendary Leek James B has been working on Project Milestone, OSA compliance, and launching today's game update. And closing things out for the technical team, Multi-Purpose League Ian has been working on mapping for the 6-star Mine of Mantuban quest. Next up is the content team, which consists of Paul, Samuel, Daniel, Harris, and Steve. Harry League Paul has been working on post-graphics coding for the 6-star Mine of Mantuban quest and engaging in botanical nomenclature. I can't wait to see what he's come up with. Maybe League Samuel has been doing post-graphics coding for the 3-star Hope Forest quest, handling support requests, and preparing this weekly leak. Thin League Daniel has resumed work on Fisher bounties, which I'm personally very excited about. Sleepy League Harris has spent the past week recovering from a minor surgery. I hope everything went well and that he's recovering nicely. Finally, the lankiest of leaks, Steve has been working on pre-graphics coding for the 4-star Mine of Mantuban quest. Moving on to the graphics team, which is Greg, Nick, Lewis, James T, and 1 new team member. Everyone, please welcome Alex, the Octo League, the newest member for the graphics team. I wish her the best of luck and hope she enjoys working at Fen Research. Anyway, Alex has spent the past week working on new variant graphics for the botanist profession. Greg, the laid-back league, has been working on new variant graphics for both botanist and forager, as well as the graphics for this weekly league. Nick, the cactus league, has been working on the botanist profession and supporting Alex. Sloth League Lewis has been working on, you guessed it, more trees, as well as the botanist passive station, and supporting Alex as well. Finally, Jimmy League James T has been working on graphics for the 3-star Hope Forest quest and the botanist greenhouse. And finally, the crunchiest of leaks, Joe has been continuing his work on Global Music Track 14, as well as audio for the 6-star Mine of Mantuban quest. Now for the infographics. We have some very exciting changes this week, so let's start with the simple stuff first. Up first is the side quest infographic, which sees graphical work for the 6-star Mine of Mantuban quest being completed, and audio production for it beginning. This means this quest is progressing very nicely towards a release. Last week, we revealed a little bit about Project Milestone, and I'm super excited to tell you more about it today. Here's a brand new infographic with everything on Project Milestone. As mentioned last week, Project Milestone aims to improve the core gameplay loop in various ways, including professions as a whole, and the way leveling and unlocking new content feels. But it's so much more than this. This infographic shows a set of 15 planned updates, which will massively change how the game works and feels. As you may have expected, the first update will be Botanist. Aside from replacing the Gatherer profession outright, it will also bring various improvements to both Forager and Alchemist, with Bones moving to Forager and Alchemist gaining 2 new potions, among other things. Following that is milestones themselves. I cannot understate how fundamental this update is. In fact, it's what Project Milestone originates from. This update will see the addition of milestones every 50 levels, for a total of 10 milestones per profession, with variant striping assigned to each one of them. This means you will go through every type of fish available to you, and then when you reach the next milestone, the striping wraps back around and you see new variants of the same fish. But you should not be fishing 2 types of pufferfish during the same milestone, for example. Beyond this, the XP curve will also be improved. I can't go into detail on this yet, but the team is aware of how the XP jumps impact the gameplay experience, and this will be improved. More details on how, specifically, will be shared closer to launch. And finally, for Update 2, there will be lots of new potions, recipes, and other things added to various professions as listed in the infographic, in order to smooth out the striping. Moving on, Update 3 is the release of Fisher Bounties. But that's not all. Bounty enjoyers, rejoice! Bounties are being added for every profession, including combat as part of Update 5. Then, Update 4 plans to bring dungeons into the game. These are still very much being designed though, so not ready to be talked about in detail. Looking further into the future, there are 8 planned minigames spread across Episode 3 and 4, as well as a planned venture for Leatherworker. Please keep in mind that the order these updates are listed in is not definitive. As you can see, there is already some progress on some of the later updates. But this infographic serves as a comprehensive list of everything Project Milestone encompasses and will be updated every week from now on. I am incredibly excited about Project Milestone, and I hope you are too. I can't wait for these updates to hit the game and to be able to share even more details on it with you. If you're a regular Weekly Leek enjoyer, you might be wondering where the Stonemaw Hill infographic went. With how massive Project Milestone is, and just how much effort is going into it from the whole team, the decision has been made to pause active development on Episode 5, as Project Milestone takes the priority for now. The infographic will return once development on Episode 5 continues. And that's everything for Weekly Leek issue 15. If you want to read the Weekly Leek for yourself, the link to it is in the description. Alternatively, if you want to discuss this issue of the Weekly Leek and all things Brighter Shores with me and a community of well over 400 members, make sure you join my clan, the Blades of Adothria. The link to our Discord server is in the description. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss one of my uploads. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in Adothria. Bye!